To go from very beginning, from your childhood.
Okay.
Please tell us about
Okay.
childhood.
Childhood, I would say my childhood was really really good actually, because I grew up in a joint family with my grandparents, my parents, her brothers, everyone, my mother's brothers, their wives. So, and where I stayed, I had lot of kids to play with. So evenings after school hours I used to play with them, and it was fun actually. And yeah, my mother was one person from my childhood. She was very keen on making me study and providing me with good values.
Okay, okay. And what about your primary education? Where did you start from?
Primary education, yeah, I studied in Kendriya Vidyalaya, Mangalore. So till my 10th standard I studied in Kendriya Vidyalaya. After that I studied in Expert PU Science College in Mangalore itself. Kendriya Vidyalaya, I would say, at Mangalore, those were one of the best days of my school. And whatever values I have learned, it's only because of that school. I owe a lot to that school actually, because so many competitions, so many programs, everything used to be consistently held in that school where I could participate and meet new people. In fact, I was a participant in Lions Club also through the school itself. So from the beginning, I was interested in group meetings and meeting new people, communicating with them, learning new things.
You said after you completed your chain, you moved to science, towards science, while making decision when they move from class 10 to any other streams, either it's science or other field.
Yes.
It's a very hard time.
Hmm.
Most of the students, they could not take a good decision. Either they are dependent
Yes.
on other people. So how did you come to make so quick decision to move towards science? Wasn't it
Hmm.
very
Yeah.
kind of difficult for you?
Actually, the choice was easier for me because I was very bad in mathematics,
Oh,
physics, and chemistry. So engineering was never a choice for me. Only thing which I could hold on to was biology. So from first PUC, second PUC, I had this aim in my mind. Okay, I'm going to study biology really well. I am going to become a doctor. I had an aim of becoming an MBBS doctor, but my ranking was not that good. So I ended up with it in a degree with the dental college. So that's how it was easy choice for me actually. I never faced any difficulty, and yes, in my home I had freedom of choice to choose whatever field I want, and I thought yes, science is a better option.
actually, I face this problem, and even many of my friends. So when I ask some of my
Hmm.
why you come towards science or why you come towards commerce or other field, then they said because of my parents, because my friends are there.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes. Yes.
the days to come, finally in future they face problems when they make decisions
Hmm.
depending on others. So
Yes. Most of them. Yes. Most of them. I feel they make decisions based on their parents' pressure or maybe friends also. If the whole group of friends, if you have 10 people in your friends group and they're all choosing engineering,
yes,
90% of the time you will also end up choosing that happens. But for me, I was fixed in my mind, because once I'm not good in one subject, I know I cannot perform well in engineering. So I didn't even write the engineering exam. I can say the entrance exam I didn't write. I wrote only the entrance for medical exam. And in those days we had CET, so I wrote that exam and I cleared.
even and okay, you said you was not in MBBS or marks were not of that side.
Hmm.
You moved towards
Yes.
yes, it is
Hmm.
happens in even in the context of Nepal. First they go towards MBBS, and so and
Yes.
secondary choice is their PDS. When they do not get seats or have not good
Yes.
in MBBS, then they
Yes.
towards PDS. So now
Yes.
after
Yes.
becoming a doctor, after now you becoming a doctor now, do you regret by being a dental surgeon? Because I have seen,
No.
I have met so many dental surgeons. Then
Yes. Yes. Yes.
most of them said to me, it was my mistake or it was a bad choice. I should not have taken this
Hmm.
like that. What was in your case?
Basically, I am a person who like to be like more calm. So MBBS field, I feel they have lot of pressure. I may not be able to handle that. So in dentistry, I feel it's better for me, and that is a place where I can do better. And yes, I have done good in college also. I used to perform well in college and everything. After finishing my college, I worked in a clinic for 1 year. And what I've seen is the patients have given very good reviews. They used to come back and tell me, yes, doctor, your treatment was good. So I used to feel happy. Even though as a starter, like when I just started working as an assistant, in a clinic where my sir used to take care of the clinic, but still I used to be happy with that job. After that, since I got married and I came back, then I couldn't continue, but now I'm pursuing my higher studies, and I hope dentistry will never disappoint me.
Yes, but most of time, it happens with many students. So,
Yes, because dentistry is a field where it's getting saturated now. There is a lot of competition, not only dentistry, everywhere. So we have to be very skilled. We have to compete with others. It's not only a competition. You have to take care of your patients also. You have to be credible and authentic to them.
it's a very good message going towards those who are going to visit us or see this video.
Yes,
So another very important thing
yes.
here, and I think this is the most important question maybe. So after you completed your dentistry, you entered towards this happiness and kindness club, or it was from your college time, from when you was.
Uh, okay, Kindness Happiness Club. I started, as I told you, it was just my passion. So after I got married and the COVID time, everything started. I had finished my exams, and one whole year I had time to join my college. Even now, the counseling is still going on, so I have time. So then I thought, okay, since I'm good in art, I'll give messages through my art also, and I'll help children, whoever is there, who are in the underprivileged groups. I can help them, and I used to collect clothes from my friends and everyone and provide to them. Yes. So that is my dream project actually, Kindness Happiness Club, where I want to build a mini world where people are very kind and
Yes.
happy, and they're helping each other, especially the children who are in the underprivileged groups. I would like to help them. Already I'm doing my part, like I donate clothes. I ask my friends also to contribute, and we collect clothes and send them. And in between, yes, I host art contest also, which in which they can draw uh, few artworks, which is conveying some message to the society, and we give them cash prizes. So I try
Yes,
to help them in that way.
I keeps on looking posts in your Facebook account. Some artworks are there. Who makes those artworks? Are very beautiful and
Yeah, I I myself made those artworks in my free time. It's my hobby now, so that I can keep my mind fresh. This is COVID time, and usually when we are at home, we have that pressure of how to deal with this um, whole thing of loneliness and sitting at home. What can we do? So I think of new ideas, how I can create new artworks, which is having some messages also. Sometimes I just randomly make some art for my hobby.
but to be very honest, all are very good. So attractive.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mm. So another thing is this club, Happiness and Kindness Club. You are running with
Yeah,
a group, or who are there actually? Your friends or
yeah. Yes, I till now only my friends and family know about this, and whoever I come across, I just spread the message like this other things, and they, if they want to be a part of it, they join. So my aim is to spread the message to the whole world. So it's not like I am the person of the Kindness Happiness Club. Everyone, whoever is there, they all are part of this. They all can do their part. That's all.
I wish I could also join, but in the days to come, of course, I will
Yes,
join
yes,
your
surely
club.
you should join. Yes, yes, we need people from all over the world. May it be Nepal, India, like foreign countries, anywhere. They just need to join our hands and do their part. Like even to your neighboring schools, you can go and just see the children who are in the underprivileged groups. You can donate clothes for them, do whatever you can for them.
Yes, very good thing I have learned from you and from this club. Whenever I see posts, something positive comes inside me, something positive I learn. And I would like to thank you
Yes,
very heartily for
yes,
that.
yes,
Another very
yes.
important thing
Because
we have talked in message also about children, about education of children. Yes, to be very honest, since I am also belongs to a village, then when I see my society around such villages, then still parents need to teach their children in such a manner in so many basic things, but we are lacking such things. So, what is your
yes, yes.
opinion? How a parent should lead our children, how help in education. These things are still underprivileged and
Hmm.
underdeveloped.
Yes, yes, yes. So, in my experience, what I have seen is, especially the children in rural areas,
Yes, yes.
they are made to work by their parents since they have a very low income. So they see that okay, if the child also goes for the work, they will have a better earning. And they consider education as a waste of time. And in a way, it can be true also because when they are not educated up to that level, they don't get job after that, so they prefer the child to go for work or something. So in
Yes.
that, in those situation, my idea is like, parenting should be really good, and they should be made understand, like they should be convinced that they can make their children
Yes.
study really well and they can get good jobs after they complete their education. But in village areas, it's a big process, it's a long process, and most of the parents, they are not cooperative, so it is a difficult task to convince them.
So I think which kinds of different kinds of those organizations who are helping children. I think these
Mhm.
kinds of organizations should mostly focus in rural areas, village areas.
Yes,
When I
yes,
talk about my place where I live, then most of children and their parents' aim is if their children grows 16 years, 17 years, they send their children for work,
hmm,
and then they
yes, yes.
hope they totally becomes dependent on their children, and then they hope to give some money and then lead their life. So I think this should be removed.
Okay, so basically this is happening because the parents themselves, they are not educated. They don't find any future in getting education and getting jobs. Only when the parents are educated, they understand that okay, my child also has to go to school and they can also become a better citizen, right?
Yes.
So this is lacking in rural areas, and they have been following a particular culture. Like their forefathers have been working something, they also do the same thing, and they want
Yes.
their kids also to follow the same thing. If someone is diverting out of the path and choosing some other career, then they, like literally they are out of that society. They make them go out of that area, or they send the child outside. So the person has to struggle a lot. So it's like they find comfort in their own place, they lead that same method of living, and since so many years, that is what they have been following. That is why the amount of development in many of the areas are not happening in that full-fledged manner.
Another important thing is your team of happiness and kindness, moves to other cities of India also, or just
Hmm.
around the place you are living. It is helping.
Yeah, as I told you, this is a worldwide mission what I have, and it is a long journey. I have just started. So presently, whoever I know, I just have told them. But there are few sponsors from international places also who want to be part of this. But I haven't still got a hold of like how I should go about. I just have told them like this is my project, and let's see. So in that way, I was able to publish my first article also in an international magazine. They were very happy to receive. So I think we should take baby steps
Yes.
every day to proceed with that. If we have a dream, then that's how we proceed. It doesn't happen in one day.
Yes. But sometime I think it may be difficult for you to manage so many extra things along with your career, along with your journey towards
Yes,
medical field. So don't you feel
yes, yes.
sometimes it's very difficult or want to quit it?
Hectic. Yes, yes, definitely. I feel it. hectic sometimes because I cannot manage everything. I have work at home sometimes. When I was working, then I didn't even think of this actually. So now I don't know if I join college again for my higher studies how I will go about, but definitely I will keep going, like whatever I can do, at least even if it is in a smallest method possible, I will definitely go. And we have to take care about our career and everything. And what I feel is, um, when we are in a journey of life, we should have a helping mind to help someone who is along with us. So this is not a job for me. Kindness Happiness Club is like my journey. So I will definitely keep going in that journey,
I wish you all the very
no
best.
matter it succeeds or not.
It will,
Thank
of
you.
course, it will.
Thank you.
When we do something from internal
Yeah.
heart, then of course it will succeed. And
Yes. Yes.
another very important question is, you have your works done on YouTube also. You keeps on posting. Your team keeps on posting. So when did that comes in mind that you should be doing these things on YouTube so that people from worldwide will help and see those piece of works done by you?
Yes. So the thing was, I used to donate clothes from my childhood actually. And as I grew up, I used to tell my friends also, see, come, you can also do this. It's a very, very good thing, and they used to feel it interested. But I feel YouTube is a platform where people from all over the world can see what we can do and they can learn, and they will get motivated to do that. And it's a method to reach on to more people. That's
Yes,
why I
of course.
started my YouTube channel also. Yes. And yes, since I'm good at making few artworks, I just post few art related videos also in that.
I do not.
The basic idea of it is just to spread kindness and happiness. That's all.
I do not miss you any of the videos. It's really very good.
Oh, thank you. That was very kind of you to watch them. Thank you so much.
Now, apart from this everything, do you have any reading habits like extra books or novels?
Yes. Yes. I love reading books, and especially I love I'm too much into English literature and learning new words. So even though I don't get much time to read so many books, I keep reading in between at least. And every day I note down new words, few words. I like to make like few puzzles, crosswords, learn something new out of it. And reading books, yeah, I should thank my father who has cultivated that habit in me. He used to buy me books, and in my childhood I used to go to public libraries where so many books, I used to see so many books, and I used to get fascinated. Oh wow, so many books. How can I read them all? But it was never possible. So because we have our textbook also to read.
Of course.
So yes, reading, I feel reading is very important because that is how we can expand our minds into different kind of thinking.
Among the books you have yet to read, any favorite, any one favorite you can tell me about? Any one
Yes.
favorite book?
I can say that my favorites are Robin Sharma books like Monk Who Sold His Ferrari,
Mine
then
also. I
Who
have.
Will Cry When You Die. Yeah, that is a wonderful book because there are so many takeaways from that book. And yes, I like the book called The Little Prince also. It is a short story actually, but it has so many values regarding how the human mind thinks at each stage of their life.
So even I have read that book 2 times, and I was very in touch with that book. And very deep messages.
Yes.
Any 5 outcomes or any
Yes.
5 lessons you learned from that book? Please tell us.
Particularly, that book is filled with messages actually.
Okay.
And moreover, it gives a different outlook towards life. Like, it's not about the materialistic things that we own, or the simplicity of life is better explained. And I am one person who likes to keep everything simple and calm. So that book has been providing a lot of values for me.
Thank you. And about traveling, tell me something about traveling. Uh,
Yes. In general, I like traveling, but I would not say I'm a big traveler or something. But I was fortunate enough to visit few places like Bhutan, and yes, the place where I live. I'm from Kerala, but I live presently in Kolkata, so I have visited Kolkata and nearby cities and whole of South. So each place is different, and India particularly, like, it's a vast culture, and there is lot to travel more. Hopefully I can travel the whole world, I would say.
Even I had been to Bangalore for, I lived there for 4 years.
Yes,
It was a good time spent together with family.
Bangalore is really good. The city life, the nightlife, the people, the crowd, everything is enjoyable except for the traffic.
In every crowded place, traffic is a common problem.
Yes, yes. I would like to ask you, how is Nepal? How would you describe Nepal?
Of course, it's it's naturally very beautiful. God gifted things are there, mountains, hills,
Yes.
different kinds of rivers. The highest peak of the world, Mount Everest, is located here.
Yes,
And
yes.
when I was during my school time, then we used to go educational tour to different places. And I have not fully visited Nepal because I'm yet busy in my schedule. Later days, after I complete my education, I have a good hope to visit so many beautiful places. Yes, among the beautiful places to visit Nepal, Pokhara is one of them. Pokhara is also known as the Switzerland of East. It is called. It's beautiful, and I had been to there during my.
Oh, that was a new information to me.
Yes, and
Okay.
And I had been.
Definitely, I would love to visit Nepal once.
You are most welcome to visit, since it is a very near.
Thank you so much.
Neighboring.
Yes.
It's a neighboring country, and almost everything are same. India, its culture.
Yes.
And environment and even language, because Hindi is a common language for Nepalese people also. Most everyone understand it, so it's not a difficult. Every year there are thousands of Indians as a tourist you can find in different places, Nepal, visit. So I think
actually my fascination towards visiting Nepal came from a Malayalam movie where they have been showing the landscapes and those spiritual orientation of that areas. So I was deeply into that. Okay, I should visit Nepal once in my lifetime. So it was always in my bucket list.
Yeah, if we talk about its
so many movie shootings.
If we talk about its geographical history, then it is almost 85% is covered with hills and high mountains. Only 15% is Tarai, plain lands. Only 15%. So it is very big.
Okay.
That's why it's very good. Natural things are abundant here.
Yes. And I think they are into preserving nature. Nepal people of Nepal, they are into preserving nature and less pollution compared to other places.
Yes, of course, there are many, and they are doing so many things for that.
Yes.
They are more concentrated towards preserving its natural beauty. Not keep to destroy natural beauty. So these all things, all the questions I have asked you, all about registration. I know there are so many things are remaining to ask. Hope we will conduct next meeting. More questions.
Yes, I hope so. And I would never claim myself to be something of an important person or something. But definitely, what I feel is we should all be together in a journey where we can help people, support people in whatever you do. So that is just my aim, and I'm not here to advise anyone or give any takeaways or anything. Just to be a part of a journey. That's all.
What I also believe is this: if some information goes to the audience from your life or from my life, then I think it is a kind of coming generation.
Yes, definitely, because there are so many people leading a different life, and we might think even small things doesn't matter, but what we are saying sometimes can spark something in their life. They might go into that direction where they want to achieve something. It can be a small motivation also for them.
Yes, of course.
Because what I believe is my motivation comes from so many areas, like the internet, the books what I have read, my parents, the people whom I have met, my friends, everyone. So whoever I meet, I have something to learn from them, and every day I feel we should keep learning and keep growing. That is where we become a better human every day.
Yes, of course. Okay, thank you for your important time you have given.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here in your channel, and hope whatever I have spoken has been conveyed properly.
Yes, of course. Something good message goes to our audience, our viewers, and thank you so much.